Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I am going to be doing the level 58 version of the Sunday joint battle, which is called Lights Illumination with Wringu. So I'm going to get started, and we're going to just clear this out. So, I like to run this with 2 players because it just makes it easier. You only get 1 extra additional item if you run with 3 people, but with only 2, yes, you lose 1 item, but you have better control over the battle itself. So that's why I'm running it with 2 players, and I'm just checking the stats that I've set up on... You know what, this is fine. Okay. So I'm gonna run Bernhard, Liana, and Leon to cover the north. And in the south, Wringu will run Leon, Vargas, and Liana. So with all that said, let's begin. So I didn't even give him the parry skill because I don't think I need it. Because, actually, I know I don't need it because we just played this through, and this is probably the most efficient way of beating this if you have 2 Empire players. The North does not have any cavalry units, either on first wave or second wave, so you don't need a Lancer character. So given that's the case, Bernhard, with his faction buff, is an excellent choice. Excuse me. So, the big problem of this map is actually not the north side. The north side is easy to handle. The problem is in the south, because on the south, the first wave has 2 characters like every other wave, but when the second wave comes, there's actually 3 characters in the south. So basically, the south guy with only 2, if it was 3 players and the south guy only had 2 characters to control, it's very, very hard to kill those 3 enemies. But if you run with just 2 players, then each player can control 3 characters and it becomes significantly easier. So with all that said, I'm going to begin by attacking Kirikaze on the right. Now we'll use Chivalry and 1000 Hooves to take him down. There we go. With 1 attack, Kirikaze goes down. And I'm actually going to draw this guy's attack onto my Leon on purpose, because he's cavalry. He shouldn't have a problem killing off this regular infantry unit. So just to that end, I'm going to move over a little and apply prayer. I mean, I could bring, just in case, I'll bring Bernhard into range. So you notice that I'm not using his faction buff right now. And that's because Chivalry is still active on my Leon. So there we go. Right? Yeah, takes that first hit. So just a quick note, you can see out down here, Wringu decided to draw the attack from the Flyer General because this Luna uses one of her defensive skills. I think she uses Typhoon Raid, so she doesn't actually attack the first turn. Even if you put Vargas right here, she will not attack. She will use her fusion power, I guess. So given that's the case, Wringu decided to draw out the attack from the Hawk Knight so that it takes some damage from Vargas. And now, Leon will use Chivalry attack and probably get a gain used on him so he can get his second strikeout. There's the first attack with 1000 Hooves, and it's interesting to note that even with a level 60 Strike Master Leon with 1131 attack, this Luna does not die. Barely, 722 hit points, but it does live. Oh. But at this point, it's a pretty easy finish because Leon can kill the damaged flyer, and then Vargas can come in and finish off this Luna. there's the strategy down here for the first wave. Use Vargas to bait, use Leon to bait an attack while Vargas absorbs it, and then finish them both off. Up here, I'm just going to finish off this infantry general. And I might as well go around to increase his defense a little, and then come back. And I will just heal up my Leon so that he's up to full health. Over here, there's no reason to fight them yet. They're coming closer though. And since everyone's Leon does not have a faction buff right now, this is a good turn to apply it. So here we go. Faction buff. Alright, in they come, turn 3, and this is when the second wave spawns. So there's 2 assassins on the left, there's a mage with catapults on the right with an infantry unit, again with infantry units, and in the south there's 2 cavalry and tiaras. So the important thing to note, this cavalry is just a regular cavalry, easy kill, but look at Detard. 22,000 hit points, 20,000 hit point dragoons. So he's pretty nasty customer. This is why we're using Vargas in the south, because he's a pure lancer. It's just being a pure lancer makes him do extra damage to these cavalry units. The other thing to note is Tiaras. Tiaras doesn't have her usual stack of skills. In fact, she has a fireball, heal, the talent that also heals, and a gospel spell to apply a buff for the characters. So she's more like a damaging mage than she is an actual, than when she usually is, which is like a faction buffer, almost. In any case, I'm going to shift back because I have to take down these 2 guys. So let's move over. I can take them down right now, if I so wish, by using a gain, and I'm going to do that. So let's gain up, so that Leon can attack. And with that, Leon can do a full distance charge and hit Lewin. Not quite enough damage to kill. That's okay, because I can just send Bernhardt in to finish it off. And down he goes. I was considering whether to use the stun attack or not, and I just decided not to because it was so low hit points anyways. Infantry comes and attacks Bernhardt, but Bernhardt does survive. He did take a lot of damage though, but recall my Bernhardt doesn't have the greatest set of equipment yet, so that's why I probably should replace, this is just a quick comment, I probably should replace Rupture with the defensive skill, Parry, because if I did that in fact, I could have blocked off these tiles. Just a quick note, right? I could have Bernhardt attack and then have Leon stand right beside Bernhardt like this. And by blocking these tiles, these 2 characters would act stupid. They would go south instead of moving forward like they just did. So that's an interesting point. If you block off this path, the characters act stupid. So they won't move forward anymore, they'll probably go south. So if I place them either here, here, or where Bernhardt is, and the tile above him, so it would be, sorry, let's just quickly talk about it. So it would be these 2 tiles here, these 2 tiles here, Bernhardt and the tile above him, or even the tile this infantry on and this tile here would block off the path and they would act stupid. You can even do it, you can do it on this side as well to make them act stupid. Just an interesting point. So other than that, yeah, I guess I'll heal Leon up so that he can finish off this infantry character. And I'm not going to use Chivalry, saving that one out. Especially since he currently has a faction buff. So, there we go. In that case, I'm going to block it off right now and make them act stupid. So, there we go. Path is blocked. And meanwhile, these guys will come in. See? So now, instead of continuing forward, they act stupid and they went south. This delays them for a bit, which buys me some time. And with the time that I bought, I can handle those 2 guys on the right side instead. Meanwhile, down here, yeah, Vargas is just not having any real problem. Well, Ringu is not having any real problems dealing with this remaining last wave because of his 3 characters. If he had 2, this last wave would probably be very troublesome, right? If you don't have a Leon to do attacks, to hit Tierras, for example, this last wave would be a struggle. But with 3 characters, a healer, a tank, and Leon, it's very easy. So yeah, I mean, his side is safe and basically finished. So it's just the north that's left. And done. Excuse me. Alright, so all that's left is to focus on the north, where I haven't really handled these waves yet. So, the main thing for me to note is Lv58 has free range, and the catapult also has free range, right? So actually, the danger zone is actually accurate for Lv58. Normally it's not accurate for mages because they usually have 1 additional range, but in the case of Lv58 on this map, her catapults give her that free range, so I can just stay out of it. So yeah, I mean, I'll just move up a little. I could, again, block them off even longer, but I don't see the need to. So right now I'll just apply prayer. I just needed to block them off for a turn because I needed that extra time. If I block them off for 2 turns, they act stupid even more, and then they're probably too far away for me to deal with, right? They'll probably continue south, and then they're really far away. By just blocking a single turn, they move back for a bit, and that buys me 2 turns right there. In these 2 turns, I can easily kill off this wave and then finally flip over to the left. Alright, so Bernhard just rush forward and do a shield bash on Lv58. Knocks her out of the fight for a turn. And I'm going to use Chivalry here to just kill off the other one, because I need that stat. 422 attack? Let's try this out. I don't know if this is enough attack to kill it off, and it is actually. So there we go. The right side is basically done. I can finish Lv58 off with Bernhard. So, do I need to use the again? Not really. Let's hold off. Excuse me. So yeah, after this wave is finished, they come into the fight. So it's nice timing, created by blocking them off for a turn. Alright, so let's finish off Lv58. Done. And I'm going to wait for them to come up. So yeah, I guess I'll just move forward a little. Same with Liana, so that her again is ready to use on Leon. And in fact, even Ringu is up here at this point, so we're definitely no issue at all killing off both of these remaining characters. So yeah, by blocking off this wave for 1 turn, that was really the key point, I guess, or sorry, there's 2 key points. One is if you run with 2 people, South can have 3 characters to easily handle the South side. The second point is, since the North side only has 3 characters, you should block off the left side for 1 turn, just to make things easier on yourself. Alright, well, Leon kills off 1. I think he actually retreated too far back, so he can't attack the second one. So I guess he'll leave it to me. If he had put himself 1 tile closer, then Liana could have come up and used the game, and he would be able to finish it. No big deal though. So I'm just going to faction buff. Actually, let's move Leon down one first. Then faction buff. Then use Leon as a game. And I had to do this because Leon was outside of the range of this assassin. Well, no big deal though. With the faction buff and 1000 hooves, this assassin is guaranteed to fall. There we go. So, that was Light's Illumination, the level 58 version. Pretty straightforward to fight. I mean, as long as you know what you're doing, and ideally doing it with 2 players, it's quite easy to do. So, and the main thing that I wanted from this was this gold, 126,000. So that's it for this video. I hope you found this useful. And on this note, thanks for watching. Nitro out.